my sweet friends. This is the next project that I'm gonna tackle. Um, I haven't used these in a little over a year, and I said in a few videos back that if I didn't come up with an idea to use them, that I was gonna donate them. Before I do donate, I'm gonna go through the ones I want to keep and the ones I'm gonna disregard. Like trash. But if not, I don't know yet what I'm gonna do. Maybe some little package or something. You're probably gonna hear the fan going. Our AC is having some issues. My husband is working on it, so you're gonna be hearing some slamming or something on the window. This is my desk, and as you can see, I got little stuff going on here. And I have the other desk that I'm working on. These are the Project Life ones, the 3x4s. So as you can see, I'm already starting working on a project. Then I'll show you what I'm gonna do. And I got some on the trash. I'm gonna go through them. I'm gonna look at you see there are a lot. I think it's like 300 maybe. I don't know. I'm not even gonna count them. But I already found fall colors that I'm excited about that I can use in my journals, because that is going to be where I want to focus once I've done all this. Is going to be in a new type of way of journaling that I am planning on. I'm still have my journal that I put my doodling designs on, but I want to create a different journal besides the composition ones. So let's see what happens. So this is what I have right now, and that's the little project that I'm going to show you of what you can do with these Project Life cards if you're not using them and scrapbooking. Then I'm going to give you an alternative for you, just ideas, no how-tos, because I'm not very good sometimes at explaining it, all the details, and my ADHD kicks in and I forget words and all that stuff. You know how I am. So, but this is my goal. So I just came back from the doctor's, taking my husband. I went yesterday to the doctor's, and I've been put on antibiotics, steroids, and breathing treatments with the asthma machine. And yeah, and then I have to go back again and get another x-ray next week for the lungs. So let's see how that works. But I'm being optimistic, even though the prognosis is not the best. But hey, there is Carmen for a while. Let's put it that way. I'm not giving up in finding a way to feel better so I can continue working. And right now, I have been trying to keep my mind focused on crafting, because I just don't want to think of my issues. And this is my escape for that. So there you go. Oh, and by the way, friends are important in my life, and I most definitely have a good one. And she knows who she is, and I'm sorry I haven't been communicating a lot, but she understands me very well, so we think alike. So there you go. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna work. As you can see, I got my sewing machine here, so I'm gonna get this out of the way. I'm gonna start, and then I'll show you what am I doing, and hopefully it's a good idea for you to implement, and that way you can start using these, because I don't want these to sit another year without me doing anything with them. And maybe that will motivate me to find other things to do with them besides just, you know, little projects. But yeah, I'll see you in the bed. All right, sweet friends. I was working in my project and then I wanted to use my glue. And even though it had the little needle inside, first of all, it didn't want to come out. Second, it seemed like it was clogged. So what I did was I unscrewed the whole thing off and then I cleaned it, but then it still didn't want to come out. So this tip is removable. I put it in a bit of hot water, let it sit there like for 5 minutes, and then I used the needle and the whole clot came out. That is just a tip before I show you the progress of my of what I'm working. Okay, my love? Okay, sweet friends, I'm done. And I am a little bit excited. I don't know what y'all are gonna think about it, but remember the introduction, what to do with the Project Life cards that you have and you haven't used and you think you're going to get rid of it. Well, you can use them for vintage projects, or you can also use them for bright color projects. It depends on the cards you got, but the ones that I use today are more for the vintage side. I think it has color, but the way that I decorated it is bringing the vintage look more than anything, the vintage vibe. So I use scraps, okay, to cover and to decorate. These are the only two that I got to use, which is okay with me. And previously I was telling you about this whole issue with this right here. So now I feel like I need to put something there so I can grab a hold of it. I don't know. Another thing that happened is that this needle fell down and I can't find it because of my eyesight is no good. So it occurred to me to grab my little ruler that has magnet and go like this on the floor. I was able to pick it up here. So that's a tip. If you have problems with your eyesight and you can't find it, if you do have a ruler or some sort of magnet, voila. I also use the pokey tool to help me get rid of the gunk inside of the glue. But like I said, the best remedy for that was hot water, 5 minutes, and then the needle went through and took out the clog that was on the tip. Alrighty, so another thing I used was the glue, this glue, and the corner chomper. So these are the projects that I came up with. I have you on the foldable table because I got my Project Life's cards holding space in my little table over there. It's more comfortable for me because my sewing machine, I placed it here and right there. And yeah, I just discovered that I can use the arm that I put my phone on to record and swivel it around, and I just had to move my table here. So you see, I can shake the table, but you're not gonna be shaken. Okay, so let me start by showing you what I came up with. Like I said, I took out my sewing machine, right? Beth gave me an advice to make sure that I clean it. The dust, the particles of the paper can ruin your sewing machine. So if you weren't aware of that, keep that in mind when you're using the sewing machine. Make sure you take all the particles and stuff out. This is one of them. What I did was, let me see if I can pull up one of the cards. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get one of them here in the back. Let me see. One of these cards, the design of it comes with a fold. I don't think I can find one now. Darn it. Let's see. These are the 4x6s, and it comes with a fold. All right. So I've folded it, and see the fold right here? That's the fold right there. I'm gonna give you a little close up. There goes your fold. So what I did was, I wanted a pocket, right? I wanted a pocket. So I took out the Project Life that is foldable, see? And I sewed it with this open so I can attach it to the Project Life, which was this one. The fold stays on this side. So when you're sewing it, make sure you sew this part first, because you want to hold your card to this Project Life. Okay, so start here, go all the way around. You can go up if you want, and then down. And I wanted to also sew on the outside of this one, and I fuzzy cut from this scrap piece of paper one of these maps, and I glued it in the front. It says wish, and inside says friends. I put one of these vintage vehicles or antique vehicles ephemera. Now you have a pocket. You can put a note. You can also journal here, and there you go. You could journal in the back. So if you use this as a tidbit, you have a lot of places to put a note or ephemera, journal, journal, journal. Card number 1. Card number 2 is colorful. I did a simpler sewing stitch here. See, it's the color from the back, but if you don't want to use this part, you can use this one. I use one of the ephemeras that I have, and one of the ephemeras Tim Holtz. And the trick on this one is I sewed the Project Life card here, the 3x4, with the 4x6, but the ephemera, I glued it. I only glued it in 3 sides. So I have one pocket here, one pocket here. So this one has 2 pockets. It's colorful in the back. You don't like it, you can just glue the whole thing on your project, and that way you doesn't have to show. Okay, that's card number 2. Card number 3 looks more of a vintage design on it, and it says here, time flies. So I found a little piece of ephemera, but it was basically paper. I cut it in half. That way I can see the word time flies, but you can understand that this basically is a clock and a little vintage boat. This is also a pocket, and that's the design in the back. Another colorful one, I only used a 3x4 card, and I just sewed it with Project Life 4x6. I thought it was cute, and then the colors were combining. You know, they complemented each other. And there you go. Doesn't need anything else. To me, this was good enough. And this was another card that I did, also with a foldable 4x6. It says here, imagine. You can journal here in the inside. You can tuck things here. I use the design that already came with the card, that little blue strip, and I fuzzy cut. I didn't want everything to be squared, so I fuzzy cut this one so that way this color will stand out, and I embellished it. So the inside is for journaling. You got a little pocket in here. I fuzzy cut this man drinking a cup of coffee, and it says these are the days to remember. And there you go. See? So far, this one right here, this 4x6, I love the color on it. And this is my last one that I did. I have this card. I feel like it complements the pink on this one. So as you can see, the word joyful was bigger. So a 3x4 was gonna cover the letter L, and I didn't want that to happen. So the joyful, so I cut my 3x4. I took an inch off of it. I put embellishments on there, so I decorated it. And then I have this card that says, love doesn't make the world go round, love makes the ride worthwhile. I can journal here in the back. And as you can see, even though the pocket is smaller, it still holds something in there. You can journal here if you want. So that's it. That's it. I had fun doing this today. I'm trying to take it easy. Health update. I went to, I don't know if I already mentioned it or not. And if I did, I'm sorry. I apologize. But yeah, I went to the doctors. They gave me breathing treatment. They gave me antibiotics. They gave me cough medicine, but it's like on a little jelly capsule. And they gave me another pill. For the life of me, I don't even know. Well, it's like to help me expand my lungs. But yeah. Next Thursday, I have to go back and get another x-ray. But she won't be able to tell me the results because she's going to Puerto Rico on vacay. But that's the scoop so far. And I hope you like the video. And I hope that you like these ideas. So now I am thinking a little bit more, you know, should I go through the cards and keep the ones that I liked and the ones that are easier to decorate. I could do this for vintage, as you can see, but I can also do the same designs and styles with colorful ones, you know. Another tip that I want to give you: if you do not have a sewing machine, because I'm just gonna say this sewing machine has been with me for years, and I am recently using it. I don't know how to sew, but I am learning, and if I have a question, you should find yourself a friend and ask them what the heck I'm doing wrong, and then she'll help you out, if she's a seamstress, of course. But if you don't, another alternative for you is, don't give up, you know. Don't feel frustrated. Oh, I can't do that because I don't have a sewing machine. No. Let's not take, you know, this to, we can still do something cute with it. You take your Project Life card. Let me just use something like this. All right, this one has no decoration in the back. Take your Project Life card. Let me see if I have something that is, oh, geez, where is it? I move things around and I can't find them. Okay, find something that it's like foamy. Okay, like a foam or something. take the tracing wheel. You can find this in the sewing department. And then you can still ink it. Let me ink it. Let me just show you. Because I don't want you to give up. You know, I don't want you to say, oh, because I don't have, that's good for people that have sewing machines. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Just take your ink it, right? Let's just do the inking. Let's just do inking, right? That's done. Okay? Tracing wheel. I'm gonna show you how cute it's gonna be. Tracing wheel, and then make sure you press a little bit. Try to stay in a straight line, evenly. But if you push a little bit harder, this is going to create a little texture, which is kind of cool on the back side. So it's going to give a little bit of dimension and texture. I don't know if you can see that. You see that right there? Look at that. And it's still textured. I mean, you can still touch it and see what the tracing wheel does. Let me see if I can, if I would ink this corner back here. Can you see that? See? That's where the tracing wheel went. And all you have to do is just take yourself a card, place it in the back. Of course, this is not decorated, so let's say this is just an example, okay? So let's say that is decorated. Okay, and now you take your 3x4 card and take the glue and glue it in 3 sides so you can still make your pocket. But before you glue it down, take the tracing wheel again and do all 4 sizes and glue that baby down. And that's it. That's it. You still can decorate this part and make it cutesy, even though you don't have a sewing machine. So you don't have to give up. All you have to do is have fun. See? I can see what the tracing wheel does. And tracing wheel is my go-to when I want to give a look on a card, especially on cards. But I don't want to add the bulk to it, you know, mailing issues. But there you go, my friends. I hope these tips are helpful and that you enjoyed what I did here. And if you are kind enough and you feel that I have inspired you, press that thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that way you know when I'm uploading new videos. And as always, my friend, stay safe and craft away. Bye. Love you guys.